Yeah. Marshall. So what you know about teamwork? Cause I've been in the clouds trying to make the dream work. Always done it on my own, that's why it seemed hurt. Cause I ain't met no one that ever put me first. So what I know about teamwork? Cause I've only ever done it on my lonesome. I gotta deal through it out, yeah, I've grown some. Don't expect love if you've never shown none. I spent last year in the haze, so many records got made. I kept that shit to myself, I only wanted my pay. I took some time off the stage, got in the bed with the snakes. They wasn't doing their job, I let them slither away. I wanna build me a team, so I can get to my fans. I need someone on my side that's gonna give me a chance. But shit just ain't what it seems, don't let them in on your plans. I hope they know what I mean, I hope that you understand. So never land, never pan out. Wings talk, think I better let them span out. Was too chill, think I better let the man out. Grew up with hand-me-downs, now I'm never taking handouts. Man, if you knew all the things I'm marching when I'm planned out. But I need help to do it, so can I get a fan count? Never understood me, now it's funny how I stand out. Me, myself, and I, homie, welcome to the madhouse. So what you know about teamwork? Cause I've been in the clouds trying to make the dream work. Always done it on my own, that's why I seem hurt. Cause I ain't met no one that ever put me first. So what I know about teamwork? Cause I've only ever done it on my lonesome. I gotta deal through it out, yeah, I've grown some. Don't expect love if you've never shown none. I know my girl on my side, I'm trying to build this alive. Thank God my family alive, and I just wanna provide. They say it's gonna take time, but I've been losing my mind. She helps me grow and evolve, my family ready to ride. So why am I feeling low, when life is giving me highs? I put my value in sales instead of hoops by my side. But I can see it's the front, that's why I'm not coming back. Yeah, I was slow to react. Don't give a damn what they thought of it. Yeah, I'm feeling glorious. Go flash in the audience, man, should've recorded it. I took a color pill, used my computer skills. Now I got agents after me, word up to Morpheus. The future I sorted it, do this till I'm bored with it. Invest in myself endeavors, hope I don't get audited. My body is a temple, but I fucked up the ornaments. I'm so gassed up, the US probably at war with it. It's a message to the earthlings. Join the team round here, we put the work in. It ain't teamwork if only one of us is working. Only thing I'm signing is when fans bring the merchants. I ain't got a thing yet that I wasn't deserving. And I ain't famous yet, but that bitch be flirting. I'll make it rain, start a wave and go surfing. I'll make it rain, start a wave and go surfing. So what you know about teamwork? And what I know about teamwork?
Hello. Sorry, I needed those extra 30 seconds. I was trying to send the link to someone. Did not get it done. Here we go. Okay. News is hitting the streets, y'all. Let's see. Let me go up and say hi to everyone. Minnie, boom is right. Boom is right. This is good. Good news. Just shared it in the face. Oh, thank you, Amber. Thank you. Hey, Gina. How's it going, love? I hope this is him and they caught him. Not gonna lie, Southeast Portland has been on edge. Hello, Lay. Yeah, I bet y'all have. I put suspect in the thumbnail, but the articles, there's separate articles and we're going to go through them. Some of them just call him a person of interest. Some call him a suspect. Hang on, let me respond. It's Burden and Johnson. I sent them the link because I didn't want to drop it for everyone. But just whenever you want to hop up, you can. If not, I'm going to go ahead and close out the Discord so that's not beeping in the background. Anyway, Waiting here in Detroit. Hope these. I do too. I hope they get justice. Thanks. So it does, Richard. Richard, I'm so glad you're here. Richard is from Southeast Portland. He's out there on those streets. I'd love to hear his opinion, what he thinks about all of this. Hey, Shauna B. Oh, hello, Lay. Thank you for joining, love. Um, I'm worried there are, Burden. I'm worried there are. Welcome, little Boston. Did y'all hear? Billy Ray confronted the fentanyl shed group the other day on Springwater Trail, and one of the homeless ladies is now off the. Yes, I shared out my community post. He is trying to help a woman get off the trail with a baby, all sorts of things. So if you are so inclined and you want to donate to this cause, please go to his channel. If Mod can drop his channel and do donations over there through him. He always shows the receipts on what he purchases and stuff. So if you so choose to make a donation to that and to help that young woman out of that situation, please go do it over there. I know he would appreciate it. Farq you, hey. Um, yeah, yeah. Cocktails and crimes. Welcome to memberships. Welcome to the streets. Hey, Lisa. Grandma Sherry. How is everyone doing? Hey, Always Street, Cynthia. Butterfly kisses. Born and raised in Portland, this city has changed so much. Oh, Deanna, it is. I haven't been there since I can't remember when we went 16 or 17, but I think I probably wouldn't even recognize it now. Probably would not even recognize it. Yeah, you're going to want to hear this. Y'all are going to want to hear this. Make sure you are there at 4 that specific time. So make sure you're over there. You're really going to want to hear what he has to share. Okay, just getting down here to the bottom. Oh, you're bored, Gina. Well, this is something we were saying there seems to be a connection between these girls. And beside, I think Alex Erickson was making a connection, and Gray Hughes, and that seemed to be it. Everybody else was kind of just writing it off as happenstance. And we were saying, no, this totally looks like a connection. And now it's very possible that we were right with at least 4 of them. Who knows how many more? Hey, Blumpy. Who knows how many more? I sent the link to Veli and shared on all his. What link? No hype. I must have missed what you said before that, love. Oh, hey, Tazzy. Okay. You just ordered some bracelets from Kristen Smith's fundraiser. I can't wait to be able to wear them in support of her family. Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. Kimberly, my sister still. Okay, who's your sister, Kimberly? Which one's your? If you've shared it, if not, I'll look it up and figure it out. Yes, he does need a car donated for her. Hey, Burden. How's it going, love? I'm just trying to get to the bottom before I really start in. What's the deets is they have a person of interest / suspect. They are in custody, not for this. They were in custody on unrelated charges, and we can go through that. But they're saying he is a person of interest or a suspect linked to 4 of the girls' murders. Are you there, Burden?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Just making sure that it wasn't me. Yeah, they were. I'm gonna show that first. They were saying, "Oh, it's not connected," and then they just said that 1 month ago. 1 month ago, and now it is. Hmm. What do you think about all this? I'm just trying to get to the bottom of the chat before we move on.
Did I sound echoey? Oh, wait. Yeah,
No, you sound good to me.
I'm hearing myself back somehow. Oh, it stopped, I think. What do I think? I think a couple of things. I'm very thankful because I mean, for obvious reasons. But I am a little worried, hoping and praying that there isn't anyone else because there are still
They're still missing women,
many.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the one I want to share first. Um, let me see. Yeah, there's still some missing girls out there, and I am curious if they're connected. I absolutely am. So here is the initial report. This was June 5th, a little over a month ago. They Crime Online showing this one. It says that police speak out on possible serial killer links. 6 Oregon women found dead in the past several months. In a news release on Sunday, the Portland Police Bureau responded to social media posts about the discovery of 6 deceased women in and around Portland over the past few months, and said there is no reason to believe these 6 cases are connected. Now, this is old. I just want to go through this before we move on to what's new. All of the women were found in secluded or wooded areas within 100 miles of each other and are believed to have regularly visited or lived in Oregon. The bodies of 2 women were found the same day, while 2 of the deceased were discovered less than 3 miles from each other in southeast Portland. Now, we've since found out that one of those, the um, unidentified woman, she was not connected because her death was not under suspicious circumstances. I'm pretty sure it sounded like an OD type situation, but I don't think they were reporting it yet at this time. Um, the women's deaths have prompted concerns amongst Portland residents that a serial killer may be the connecting link. Joanna Speaks vanished in March, and her body was found in early April in Ridgefield, Washington, inside of a barn on an abandoned property. I found something interesting about that. Ridgefield is about 22 miles north of Portland, Oregon, the epicenter of the deaths. On February 19th, remains belonging to 22-year-old Kristen Smith were found in a wooded section of the Pleasant Valley neighborhood in Portland. She was reported missing on December 22nd. Sheriff's deputies in Multnomah, I'm pretty sure it's Multnomah. If I'm saying that wrong, Oregonians, let me know. Multnomah County found 24-year-old Charity Lynn Perry on April 24th in a culvert near Ainsworth State Park. Now, if you guys want to, if someone will, if not, I'll get it in a minute. Gray Hughes really, he's from this area. He went and he drove around all of these spots and has some really great footage of driving around where all of these girls were found, if you're curious as to what the area looks like in which they were found. Authorities have not released information about Perry's death except to say it was suspicious and under investigation. Perry was known to visit an area that once was an open air fentanyl market in downtown Portland. Um, Also on April 24th, the body of an unidentified woman was found in the Lentz neighborhood of Portland. And this is the one that they have since said that her death wasn't under suspicious, but they're still looking for her. So I'm going to show her picture in a minute because they're still trying to figure out who she is. When she was found, she was wearing a green long sleeve shirt. On April 30th, the body of 31-year-old Bridget Leanne Ramsey Webster was found in northwest Polk County on Harmony Road near Mill Creek. Police are investigating the death as suspicious. And on May 7th, the body of 22-year-old Ashley Riel was found in a wooded area near Eagle Creek by a man fishing near a pond. Riel vanished on March 27th in southeast Portland, where she was last seen leaving a fast food restaurant. Her death is also being investigated as suspicious. The Portland Police Bureau has been hearing widespread questions and concerns about the death investigations of 6 women throughout the region, especially after widely distributed social media posts and news media articles appeared to suggest a connection between them. These discussions have led to some anxiety and fear in our community. Well, I think it would have led to anxiety and fear even without the discussions, but I digress.
Yep.
And we want to provide reassurance that the speculation is not supported by the facts available at this point. While any premature death is concerning, and we will diligently investigate deaths that happen in our jurisdiction in collaboration with the Multnomah County and Oregon State Medical Examiner's offices, PPB has no reason to believe these 6 cases are connected. To be clear, PPB currently is not involved with the Ainsworth State Park, Multnomah County, Polk County, and the Clark County death investigations. We have spoken to those agencies regarding these investigations, but as of now, we are not actively participating in them. So this is, let me come back and look at the comments. So that's when they're saying there was no, uh, yes, Burden, I did. Thank you. I saw your message back there. There was no connection between them at that time. They were believing that. But you have to remember, when I read that off the first time, I was like, how can they not see some of these connections? Because some of them were very easy to tell and think that surely something would happen. Watching and would like to speak to Cat. Oh, yes. KATU News would like to speak with the families of the victims about how they feel this investigation has been handled. They reached out to me to get in contact with the families in case anyone is watching. Okay, great. How can people contact you, Amber, if they see this video later and they're not here in the chat now? No hype. Oh, to all my roasting. Yeah, I bet they do always street because their families, some of their families have been very, very active on social media trying to say that, hey, we see something here. Please do this investigation or do that. It's very, very cute, curious. Hey, Mr. Poopy. Oh, some of the names. Some of the names. I have definitely always felt they were connected. A friend of mine who knew a couple of them and is a working woman in Southeast said many people in her circle felt they knew who it was. Well, we kept saying that. We watched Belly Ray. We did an interview with him, showcased him here on the channel before, and he's walking up and down the uh, tent areas, the street areas of Southeast Portland, and that was one thing that I know Burden had seen, I had seen, is a lot of those people knew most of the girls, but specifically the 4 girls that are linked in these articles I'm about to read.
Yeah, over and over, and he didn't have their names on the flyer, and they would
Right.
immediately point to the people that the women they recognized, and then say that he would ask, "Do you know their name?" And
Mhm.
some of them, knew it, quick, and others weren't sure because they just didn't get that deep with the woman, but yeah,
They
over and
recognized
over.
them. Yeah, it was,
Mhm.
but specifically, actually, the one I'm surprised about is Charity, but I'll get into that because she was not recognized or mentioned quite a bit. He has been in jail since July 6th, I think. I'll pull that up again in a second. Yeah, he's been in since July 6th on an unrelated charge. So they are, in essence, admitting it was a serial killer now. Penny, that's how I'm taking it. I'll pull up that article. Oh, yes, yes. There are a lot of people covering the Long Island case, and whew, hands out, hand claps, all the things for what law enforcement is doing on the East Coast. I wasn't well versed in that case before all this new information came out. I did watch a documentary on, like, I think it was like 48 hours about it, but there are a lot of really great creators covering that.
I would say the difference with these 2 is, with the Long Island, I personally wouldn't have got red flags by just looking at him, just
Right,
him normal self, where
right.
this guy,
Mhm.
alleged possible suspect, I am instantly frightened by his eyes.
Um, so Pecan, if that didn't cover it, oh, I'm saying it right, yay. Let me know. I have one more little article I can go over a short bit that will kind of give you guys a slightly better idea. Yeah, Grace from there. Grew up in the area. So yeah. I had that. I also have this where it shares police found the remains of Kristen Smith. Joanna Speaks. Kristen Smith was on February 19th, Joanna on April 8th, Charity Perry on and the unidentified woman on April 24th, Bridget Webster on April 30th, and Ashley Rael on May 7th. Of those bodies found, only one has been publicly declared a homicide by investigators so far, and that was Speaks. She had blunt force trauma to the head and neck injuries, and she was abandoned behind a barn 22 miles north of Portland. Um, At least one case has been linked to homeless encampments and the open air drug markets. Perry, who police found dead inside of a culvert, had a history of substance abuse and mental health problems. Her mother, Diana Allen, told News Digital. Perry's mother believed she had been living in a tent in neighboring Vancouver, but later learned that her daughter was last seen in an open air fentanyl market in Portland, where she overdosed. Perry was taken to the hospital and revived with a dose of Narcan. So these were some of the links that we were putting together. The fact that they were all in this same area of Southeast Portland prior, like right before their deaths. She was released without any verification of her address. No one looked up her background, and the hospital did not reach out to her emergency contact, her mother, about the incident. I had been trying to find her, but every time I went to the tent she was staying at, she wouldn't be there, Allen told Fox News. At first, I didn't know she went to Portland till the detective informed me of this. They can't give me a day of death, but are pretty sure it was April. Allen said she could not discuss specifics of the case due to the ongoing investigation, but said she believes the evidence shows her daughter was taken to the location in the park in an attempt to conceal her remains. It seems like a lot of work for a drug overdose, she said. So I'm stuck on this effed up ride I call the Ring of Fire. One side is trying to reach for everything that have may have a more innocent reasoning behind it. The other sucks you down a rabbit hole that I fear I may never get out of. Then, despite her troubles, Perry was very friendly. And the picture that they used for Perry, I've actually seen some better ones of her. It didn't really show you what she truly looked like right before she died. I'll have to see if I can find a better one. Perry was very friendly and eager to meet new people, her mother said. According to a report in the Oregonian, investigators are looking into a possible connection between the deaths of Speaks, the lone confirmed homicide, Perry, and Webster. All three died in a 3-week span. This is that guy who. Look, so this was an article trying to connect their deaths. So let's go.
I am kind of curious, even though unfortunately, like when we know the dates of when they were found, but we don't exactly know when he would have done it. And I'm really curious about it because with a typical, if it is a serial killer, typically they don't do them this quick unless it normally isn't, it's got a bigger space
Mhm.
in them than this because that's a pretty short time span there.
It is. Thank you, Amber. June 6th. I knew it was the 6th. He got to prison on July 6th. Thank you. I do have his report pulled up. I'm just not looking at it right at the moment, but thank you for putting that in there and correcting it. I haven't seen any connections there, but I just started digging. Like, this all broke like an hour and a half ago. So I haven't been digging super long. Thank you, Grandma Sherry. Yes, if someone hasn't dropped it, it's Deets on the Streets at proton.me. Oh, Ninny's on it. I know this one it's intense. Yeah, it has changed so much. So often professionals treat these girls as throwaway. Yeah. Oh, breaks your heart. Okay, thank you. I'll look at that. All right. I'd say starting in 2016. Really? Okay. So there have been 3 new articles released today. I couldn't find the thing from why is that on there now? There we go. I couldn't find a update from law enforcement, so I'm just going off of these articles. So there is a possible link between Kristen Smith, Charity Perry, Bridget Webster, and Ashley Riel. Those 4, well, mainly these 3 and Joanna that were the ones that people recognized when Belly was showing them their pictures. So I'm very curious about if they're still digging into a possible link with her as well or not, you know?
Hmm.
Investigators say they have a person of interest in the deaths of 4 women found killed in Northwest Oregon and Southwest Washington since February. The Multnomah County District's Attorney Office said Monday, July 17th. At this point, no one has been formally charged with the deaths of Kristen Smith, Charity Perry, Bridget Webster, and Ashley Riel. According to the DA's office, investigators have interviewed several people in connection with the women's cases, and they have identified at least one person of interest that is linked to all four of the why does it say descendants? I think they meant deceased. They said they don't believe there's any danger to the community. Well, they've been saying that, though, haven't they? Those familiar with the investigation say the person of interest, 38-year-old Jesse Lee Calhoun, is currently booked in the Snake River Correctional Institution, described by Multnomah County Sheriff's Office as a prolific thief and career criminal. And I have those articles pulled up. We'll go over them in a second. Calhoun has a criminal history that dates back to when he was 18 years old. He does. He has a very extensive criminal history. Let's see, just a few things. Let me just grab one and see what it was for. Um,
Did
I
you
don't
happen to
like
see?
the way theft. This one's theft, burglary, assaulting a police officer. There's just so much, and I don't like the way Oregon has their things wrote out. What, Burden?
Oh, I was starting to type it in the back for you. Did you see what Kristen's mom put up? Like, I think it's about 25 minutes ago now
No.
on Facebook. No. Okay, I'll send you the link.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
I did not have time to even hop on Facebook. Okay, so back to this. We'll go over his arrest in a second. He was serving a sentence on burglary. I cannot say burglary for the life of me, so bear with me. I don't know why that one always twists burglary. I have to like literally slow down and say it. Burglary. When he was among the inmates granted clemency by former Oregon Governor Kate Brown in 2021. So he was just released. I can't remember this. I don't know if this one says it, but another article talks about how many were roughly a year shy of his release date for fighting wildfires. Oregon Governor Tina Kotek's office said she revoked that commutation, is that how you say it? Commutation on July 3rd, and he was readmitted into corrections custody on July 6th. The governor's office, as well as Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler, said they have no comment citing the ongoing investigation. This was his most recent picture, but it was really blurry. I'm going to go over a couple other pictures of him. The four deaths are among several similar cases reported across the Northwest Oregon and Southwest Washington region over the past several months. Portland police officials previously said there was no reason to believe that the deaths were connected, as an effort to address rumors circulating online. Smith was first reported missing in December of last year and was found deceased in February. Okay, we've already went through these. Detectives want anyone who may have information on any of these women to get a hold of the agency in charge of the respective agency investigating the case. So for Kristen Smith, you're going to get a hold of the Portland Police Bureau, Detective Jeffrey Pontius at this email address. Charity Perry's case, you're going to get a hold of Multnomah County Sheriff's Office. Their tip line is 503-988-0560. Bridget Webster's case, you're going to get a hold of the Polk County Sheriff's Office. There's his email address. And Ashley Rails, the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office at 503-723-4949. And then you can also still put in a tip at Crime Stoppers. Okay, I've got some more that have more articles that have more information. Let's go here. Okay, what did you say to me, Birdie? Oh, thank you. Let me see. Let me pull that up real quick and we'll look at.
Yeah,
Just,
take a look at it. Yeah, 1st.
Mhm.
I just. Mm,
Oh,
sorry.
I'm not a part of that group. Let me join
Oh,
the.
I can. Okay. If it doesn't let you write in, let me know. I'll get it for you.
Oh yeah, it says it's pending. So can you send me a screenshot
Yep.
on Discord?
Yeah.
Thank you, babe. Thank you perfectly. I love that you always do that. Thank you guys for what do you guys think about this? Um, my initial thought when we were talking about this, me and Burden, and I think Jonesman was up here with us one day, and we were talking about this case. It might have been after the Belly Ray interview. I didn't think that there was a serial killer in the sense of Dahmer, Bundy, Geen, those types of serial killers. I felt like it was someone who was murdering these women because of opportunity or something surrounding their lifestyle, drugs, working girls, that type of thing. What do you guys think? Keep in mind that when you go to prison, they take your DNA. Yep, that could be a very possible link, Richard. It really could. It could be something like that. I just sent you an article now about how and why he was released. Okay, I might have that one already, but I'll pull up what you sent me, Amber. Thank you, hon. Y'all are on it. Yep, I got that one pulled up for us to go over. Thank you, thank you.
Do you see it? That what I sent you?
I gotta open Discord back up. You want to talk for a second, and I'll open that up.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say to Deanna, I'm not sure where the comment's located anymore, but um, you were talking about how they'd found the other woman in Clackamas and or also it was Wilsonville, and I was gonna say that I've been curious on that one because when a news outlet specifically asked the law enforcement if they believed there could be a connection with her case and the 6 women, the law enforcement gave a statement back and just said basically that they didn't know yet. They didn't know at this time to speak further. And I just thought that was interesting because you wouldn't have had to think on it if, in fact, the 6 weren't connected. And so right then when I saw that, I'm like, oh, I think they kind of just admitted to something there without maybe realizing it, or maybe they did mean to do that. But it, if the 6 weren't connected to each other, like they said from the jump, then they would have been very easily able to say no, like there isn't a connection because the first 6 aren't connected. So that one I thought was interesting. I'm kind of curious if it will. The only thing is it's a little different because of the fact that this one wasn't specifically in the woods, but it was still like a vacant property. It was probably higher grass, but I don't know that he would have risked the possibility of cameras, even though I thought when I looked at it, it looked kind of rural. But yeah, that one definitely had me nervous though. Oh, I'm way up in the messages. Working girls and homeless people are the invisible people who are seldom missed. It's true, Richard. It's wrong, but it's true. Yeah. Obsessed watching Valiant. Yes. Yes. And that really was such a wild stream that he did the other day.
I didn't even get to finish that one, but the first part of it was crazy. What happened at the end? Thank you for sending me that. I'm just adding it to my overlays now.
That makes me sad. What you're gonna put up.
Okay, we cut off her name. I know she's out there and you can find her. This is from whose mom was this from? Joanne or Kristen's? This yeah,
Kristen's mom.
mom. And so it says, "Hello everyone. Yes, I was notified of the breaking news. I got a 5-minute warning call, so I'm a bit overwhelmed. 5 minutes. Wow. I'm waiting for my detective to confirm if this is really the man. I don't know any more than what you all are hearing and reading. I am praying this is, and they can confirm he is the murderer. I just don't know. I don't have confirmation from the detective. Today is already overwhelming for me. Kristen is finally being cremated today." Whoa. Oh,
Yeah. That's why I was like, "Oh," like,
Ah.
when I read this, my stomach and everything, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
She was released from the medical examiner Friday and brought to the funeral home. She just got her baby back. This has to be, someone mentioned it earlier, this being an emotional roller coaster. This absolutely has to be an emotional roller coaster. She
Yeah.
just got her baby back. She's being cremated. Um, uh, I'm getting ready to go through another article. I don't think any of them really say what has linked them. Um, at this point. Yeah, Richard, I heard Burden talking to you about that. You're right. And we have also known from serial killers past that working girls are and homeless people are easy targets for serial killers for this reason. So if he was, a Bundy or a Dahmer or something like that, Gacy, he could have absolutely been targeting them for this reason.
Yeah.
Hey, Nikki. Mm. It is really sad. So they have linked him to the four murders. So in that mind, it makes him a serial killer in my mind, just for the simple fact that he has killed four women separately at separate times and tried to
Well, that's the thing I
disguise,
wonder.
dispose, and conceal their bodies. But
Well, that's
heck,
why I wonder when they like, when he did it. I don't
um,
know that there's been any report that, like, any 2 of them or 3 of them were together at the same time. I
yeah,
don't know, because I mean, he could have very well done it at the same time for all we know, but
right. It would be really hard to. Uh,
right? I don't It's so strange. I mean, well, not really, if you're giving him if he was giving 'em drugs and they just were completely relaxed or had fallen asleep, or I mean, who I don't know.
Yeah, her poor mama. Oh, her poor mama. That just breaks my heart. So it was a very what area are you talking about, Deanna?
I'm gonna say it wrong because now my brain Wilsonville? That's what I'm coming up with.
Wilsonville? Okay.
Yeah, where the most recent woman was found,
Right.
and
Oh, there it is. Okay. See, I don't know if that one's connected at all, but it's possible. That's what I wonder in the coming days. Are we going to hear more connections? I'm curious if they're going to be able to connect Joanna's murder to him or to the rest of the four, because they have something that connects, at least just makes a connection with those four girls. I don't know what that something is yet, but
yeah, Amber, I could say, like, I would go off of the missing date and agree with you, and I gotta look closer at them though, to see if there's any that are kind of close, only because
Mhm.
with them being working girls and not they're living on the street and not it a lot of times people don't know when they actually went missing and they're not reported. Some can be pretty quick on it because they did have pretty regular communication with them, but there's
And
many
some,
that
yeah,
don't.
some don't have regular communication with
Right.
their family, so they might have saw them at Christmas and, you know, wait, we
Right.
haven't heard from her for, 2 months and we need to report her as missing. Or some, like Kristen's mother, she's talked, she's spoken adamantly. I spoke to her regularly on the phone. We text, and then they just stopped. And so some do keep in contact, and some don't. So it is hard to kind of nail down that timeline of exactly when they went missing, which is why I felt it was very important, even if you didn't like his style. I felt it was very important the way Veli was asking a lot of these questions of people, and it does help if you're seeing a similar, verbiage from people like, "Oh, we saw Bridget on this day," and a lot of them are saying the same things, we could kind of nail down when she was last seen.
Hmm.
Yes, they did go missing at different times, so that does kind of make you think predatorial, right? If they did go missing at completely different times. Hey, Jones in Love.
Hey,
Bridget
babe.
was supposedly meeting a John for 500 a day. Could have been Notre Dame. Um, a lot of this right now, I just want to put that disclaimer, just speculation and theories right now at this point. Anything I read from the articles is going to be the only confirmation of things that we have. The rest is going to be us just kind of thinking and
Are,
speculating.
are you already live?
I am live. Do you? I've been
Oh my
live
God.
for 40 minutes, girlfriend.
Oh my God. It said 3:15.
Oh, did it? I
I
set it for
thought it said
2:15.
3:15.
I set it for 2:15 my time, but it's okay. I just went over the first article naming him a person of interest. We read this off here. This is from Kristen's mom. Kristen's mom uh said that basically she got a 5-minute warning about all of this. She hasn't confirmed anything with her detective. She said today is already overwhelming because Kristen is finally being cremated today. She was released from the medical examiner on Friday and brought to the funeral home. So
Oh wow.
that's pretty much, and before that, we were just kinda refreshing everyone on the girls' cases
Okay.
and just catching up, so we haven't been over too much yet. When the unhoused are the reporters of missing friends, they're not exactly,
Absolutely.
they're not, and a lot of them were not taken seriously for that very reason. Um Right now, he is just they have verified that he is a person of interest slash suspect because that's I've got conflicting articles saying one says person of interest, one says suspect. They do have different meanings, but that's all we have at this point. Um, Linking him to the four girls that came from the DA's office. That there is a link with the four girls. I wonder that too, Blue. I wonder if he was also known as London. Hmm. I know, now I'm gonna be going back through a bunch of footage and listening to what some of the people on the streets have been saying.
That was my first thought too, though, was
Mhm.
I'm wondering if this is the guy that she was supposed to be having that date with.
Here, Heels, I'm getting ready to show this new one where you
Also,
can see it.
do you remember them talking about, a man with um, strong eyes? And then he's like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "Blue eyes,
Yes,
bright blue eyes."
Viper? Viper?
Y Yeah, but then they were like, "Well," allegedly Viper then became just like I'm gonna call it a moped, but that's not what I mean, scooter type thing. And so then I wasn't even sure if Viper was actually considered who they were talking about, a real person, but yes, either way, that's exactly who I was thinking and
Oh,
wondering. But it doesn't, just wondering based off this guy's eyes, man, they aren't technically bright blue, but they're blue and they're scary.
Chronicles
They are
just sent me
scary.
an article that was just did 19 minutes ago. It's not one I have read yet. Thank you for that. She's working, so she can't chat, but thank you. I haven't read that yet. I'm gonna read the one that I have up here on the screen, then I'll go through that one because I haven't seen that one yet. So this one here says law enforcement officials suspect a Multnomah County man released early from prison is a serial killer. Jesse Lee Calhoun is in custody but has not yet been charged in any of the deaths of 6 women earlier this year. WW has learned that a Multnomah County man is a suspect in that, see, this one says suspect, the previous one says person of interest. I don't have the official release from the DA. If anyone has that, I'd like to see that, to see what it says exactly. A suspect in the deaths of 4 of 6 women found dead earlier this year in the greater Portland metro area. Several people familiar with ongoing investigations in multiple jurisdictions tell WW that detectives have linked 4 of the deaths to Jesse Lee Calhoun, whose most recent address is in Portland. Serial killers are unusual, but Calhoun's case, according to people familiar with it, may be one of a kind. That's because Calhoun is among more than 1,000 inmates whom former Governor Kate Brown granted clemency, allowing them to leave prison early. Of those Brown released early, officials believe Calhoun is the only one whose clemency has since been revoked. Records show that Calhoun is currently in custody at Snake River Correctional Institution in Ontario, where he was lodged July 6th on charges apparently unrelated to the murders. The charges on which he is being held do not show up in online court records, which is unusual. Did you see those in the ones you sent me, Joneson?
No.
I don't think that, yeah, I didn't see him on there either. Interesting. Okay. He has
Did
not
you?
yet been. What? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just
No.
wanted to catch it before it went away, but Richard said Viper is a name from downtown.
From downtown? Okay. Thank you, Richard. He has not yet been charged in any of the women's deaths, although officials expect that will change. Here he is, and all his he just he really does look like a frightening individual. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah,
At
he
this point,
does.
I do want to put out that reminder disclaimer. He is innocent until proven guilty. He is nothing more than a person of interest slash suspect at this time. But since law enforcement have named him as such, we're going to dig into him and look at it. But he is technically considered innocent until proven guilty, unless you are the creators that don't believe that. So, Calhoun reportedly a talented artist who told booking officials he earned his living painting designs on vehicles. Ooh, I wonder if he's connected to that
Mm. So,
dealership.
graffiti artist.
Mhm. I'm gonna be going back through all of that footage to see what we could see. Okay.
On Billy
He has
Ray's?
Yeah, I just wanna see if anyone mentions him or someone like him. Okay. Has a long record of felony convictions dating to 2004. After arresting him in 2018 with meth, several guns, and I'm gonna go over this article in a second, and more than 500 rounds of ammunition, the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office called him a prolific thief and career criminal. Calhoun's most recent convictions came in November of 2019, when in separate cases he pleaded guilty to a raft of felonies, including burglary. See, I got to say it slow. Unauthorized possession of a stolen vehicle, and injuring a police officer and a police dog when they attempted to arrest him. Those convictions earned Calhoun 4 concurrent sentences, the longest of which was 50 months, including time already served. But he was released 12 months early on July 22nd, 2021, after he joined a group of inmates fighting wildfires. During the pandemic, Governor Brown began a process of granting communication. I cannot speak today. Communications early release to prisoners who were well behaved, nearing the end of their sentences and particularly vulnerable to COVID 19. In Oregon, the governor has broad latitude in either release prisoners early, that's called conditional clemency, or pardon them outright, which entails both releasing them and scrubbing their criminal records. Brown has made Brown made wide use of the governor's clemency powers, far more so than her predecessors. She shortened the sentences of 912 nonviolent inmates at risk of contracting COVID, granted 130 pardons, cleared death row, and wiped away cannabis possession convictions of nearly 50,000 people. Brown earned recognition across the country for her commitment to criminal justice reform, appearing at Princeton University, for example, on a December panel titled Correcting Injustice: How Clemency Serves Justice and Strengthens Communities. When the Labor Day fires in 2022 that would burn 700,000 acres exhausted firefighting resources, the Oregon Department of Corrections deployed some inmates to join the fire lines. Records show that Calhoun was one of them. On March 5th, 2021, Brown issued a conditional, I am not saying this word right. How do you say it? Commutation? Commutation, is that it?
I can't even see it, Deets.
Conditional commutation for 41 of the inmate firefighters, knocking the last 12 months off their sentences. That sent Calhoun back to the streets of Multnomah County in July of 2021. Let me grab a drink real quick.
Can I just say, like, this reminds me of McFadden because he was released early. It's like
True.
you got Jesse
Yeah.
Lee McFadden, then you got Jesse Lee Calhoun, both released early, and both, well, one of them for sure did a horrible crime. This one is allegedly. That's wild. Mm.
Shady is the best. She sent us the district attorney. released. Okay, I'll go over that in a second. Thank you. If you guys aren't subbed up to Chronicles of the Shady, yes, you are right. Similar to Salutation. So, okay, let me see. Thank you, Abe.
Abe.
Commutation. Okay, commutation. Thank you. I'm like, I am not getting it right and I want to. I know I like stumble sometimes, so I just want to make sure. Clear. Yeah, she cleared death row. Crazy. So not all of them were that, so they were saying there's two different types of commutation. There's where's it at? Or two different types of clemency power. One is commutations, which is the early release of prisoners, and then uh, so that would be okay. The governor has broad latitude to either release prisoners early, that's called conditional clemency, or pardon them outright. That would be releasing them and scrubbing their record. That's not what they did with Calhoun. So they're just explaining in this article there's two different types of clemency, and they did a conditional clemency. Sounds like. All right, let me finish going back through the comments a little bit. Oh, Burden, did you find it? I couldn't find it. And I even had one of my friends who's great at social media look for it, and she couldn't
Yeah.
find it.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, it's scary. And then I'm finding more and more and more that are
I
his.
know.
And like the women that I'm trying to find the most recent one, but I'm like finding different women that I'm one. He only followed one woman, so I'm just trying to kind of figure out who is who.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
boy,
I agree with you all. I get the marijuana releases because they're very petty. Like I totally get that. But some of his charges are very violent. I mean, theft, burglary, and assaulting a police officer and the dog. He assaulted the dog too. Injured the dog
Poor
in that.
baby.
Uh, we're doing that right now, Naomi. I won't show much of it because I just don't like that. But if there's something we can learn from it, we'll definitely share that. Yeah, he choked a canine. He did
Clearing
something.
death row, that's alarming.
Yes, thank you perfectly. He is innocent until proven guilty. We have to remember that. Not the dog, too. I know. I'm wondering, Notre Dame. I really am wondering that. So I'm gonna be going through that later today. I was halfway through Christopher Miller's video that I'm working on, and this all popped up, and I just knew I wanted to go live and talk about it right away. So we'll have to push his story back a little bit, but if I don't get to it tonight, I will for sure get to it tomorrow. Okay. That sounds good. You're off. You star perfect what perfectly said about that, so I can pull that up until next time I need to. Okay, I thanked Cocktails and Crime and Hello Lay. Thank you both. Appreciate that. Alrighty. Well, at least we know what he's been found guilty of so far.
Yeah.
Um, I commend her
Anyone?
in releasing them, but their evaluation process was clearly lacking. Yes, I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
Anyone remember a guy named D from Portland?
No, I don't.
Sam I am was asking.
D from Portland. No, I don't recognize that name. Um, yeah, I want to know more about that too, perfectly, about the clearing of death row. I wonder why she cleared death row. Anyone know a guy named D from Portland? That could have been. Maybe she did that, Shauna. That case I covered with the YouTuber Bird got stabbed by her brother-in-law. He had mostly violent crimes and was allegedly released due to in-house good behavior a few weeks before it happened. Oh,
I know. Where's Valley?
Hills. Belly's working on something. He popped in here earlier. He sent me some emails. He actually knew about this beforehand, but I won't give that away. But he's gonna go live tonight and share some really crazy stuff. And I think you guys will want to see that. But
Good. I'm excited for that.
it's
I
not
mean,
necessarily related to this, but you'll want to hear.
no, but he seemed like he was getting some information the other day
Mm-hmm.
from somebody. So
Thank you so much, Heels. I appreciate that. And police kept saying there was no connection. Yes, they did. And thanks for this. And yes, Chronicles is sending some great stuff. I love it. Viper has been mentioned many times. Yes, Viper has.
yes,
Yes, he has. I don't know if that's one of his nicknames or just someone completely different, maybe connected to this guy somehow. I don't know. Pissed off at the state. Yeah. Ooh. I've been reading that when I was kind of going through this, a lot of people were saying they did not like her as a governor. Okay, let me finish this article. Let's see here. Nearly a year later, on June 1st, the Oregonian reported the discovery of the bodies of 6 young women. Kristen Smith, found February 19th in Southeast Portland. Joanna Speaks, found April 11th in Ridgefield, Washington. Charity Perry, found April 24th in Ainsworth State Park in East Multnomah County. An unidentified woman also found April 24th in Lentz, although the Portland Police Bureau said it did not suspect foul play with her case. Bridget Webster found April 30th in Polk County, and Ashley Riel found May 7th in Clackamas County. Online sleuths ran with that information, raising questions about whether the 6 deaths were linked. On June 4th, the Portland Police Bureau issued a statement in response to widespread speculation, saying PPB has no reason to believe these 6 cases are connected. It is unclear whether the police bureau was deliberately withholding information or if new information has emerged since then. That's a very important thing.
yeah.
Were they withholding, or did they just gather new evidence? It could be either one.
I think withholding.
You think? On June 6th, however, the Oregonian reported that 3 of the victims shared. Ooh, that's great. So someone in here earlier said he was arrested on June 6th. I'll have to go back and let me see here on his cases.
That
Hey,
was
Tracy.
Amber. Amber let you know that you was
Amber did. Okay. I don't see. Oh,
I
because
read
it's not online. Yeah, there isn't anything on. There's nothing about his late. I know he's in custody, but I don't see anything on the Oregon Judicial Department online record search about his latest arrest, which it did mention that in that previous article that nothing was there. Because they've got on here that his last arrest or his last online record thing was in October of 22.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, okay, let's get back to this.
They need to update that.
Yeah, they do. On June 6th, however, the Oregonian reported that 3 of the victims shared similar circumstances and had frequented the same places in the months before their deaths, according to a source close to the investigations. That story did not say whether police had a suspect. In the wake of those deaths, WW has learned officials contacted Governor Tina Kotek's office about Calhoun. As Brown's successor, Kotek has the authority to end any of the commutations. I'm instantly going to slip back to whatever, which are
That's
conditional. Okay, so that's why he's back in, because they ended his release.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Kotex did so, leading to Calhoun's arrest. The governor's office received a request to revoke Jesse Lee Calhoun's commutation status from the Multnomah County District Attorney's Office on July 3rd, 2023, and fulfilled the request the same day, says Kotex spokeswoman Elizabeth Shepard. We did not have further comment as this is a pending investigation. On June 6th, officers from agencies that included the Multnomah and Clackamas County Sheriff's Office and the U.S. Marshals Service moved to arrest Calhoun on a parole violation. So there's our answer. So the U.S. Marshals Service. Dang. Okay. And then I just got something from Amber. Thank you, Amber. Yeah, I have that one. What does it say? Okay. Yes. Okay. So it was on June 7th. That's what this arrest date is. June 7th of this year. It was for parole or post-prison supervision violation. So basically what they just mentioned here. Thank you for that. When officers contacted Calhoun, whose records show is 6'4" and 266 pounds and has a history of resisting arrest, they went in fully equipped. He plunged, oh my gosh, listen to this. He plunged into the Willamette, I don't know if I said that right, the Willamette River in Milwaukee and tried to escape. Officers subdued him and initially booked him on a parole violation on June 6th in Clackamas County, where one of the 6 women's bodies was found, and transferred him to Multnomah County, where 3 women were found the next day, and then moved him to Snake River, a state prison near the Idaho border. The lawyer who was most recently represented Calhoun says he no longer does. Okay. Is unclear whether Calhoun has an attorney currently. So his previous lawyer no longer.
I want to know what his parole violation was. Did it say?
I don't know. Okay, so let's read that one more time. So when officers contacted Calhoun, whose records show he's 6'4", 266, and has a history of resisting arrest, he plunged into the Willamette River in Milwaukee and tried to escape. Holy crap.
He's huge.
I know, and I'm just picturing this like he's like a left tackle size plunging into the river. Holy moly.
There's so many similarities because look, Rex is 6'4" too.
Yeah, he's a big guy also. You're right. Okay.
So weird. Okay.
They booked him on a parole violation on June 6th in Clackamas County, where one of the 6 women's bodies was found, transferred him to Multnomah County the next day, and then moved him to Snake River. Okay. I just wanted to read that one more time. Oh, wow. And he no longer has his previous attorney. Brown, who left office in January, reacted strongly to news of Calhoun's arrest. I'm absolutely horrified for the victims, their families, and all those who have experienced this loss, Brown said in a statement to WW. After WW requested comment from the Multnomah County District Attorney's Office on Monday morning, that office and the Portland Police Bureau jointly released a statement saying investigators had identified an unnamed person of interest, adding that there were links among the deaths of Kristen Smith, Charity Perry, Bridget Webster, and Ashley Real. Anyone with information about any of the woman's deaths or Calhoun should contact police via www.crimestoppersoforegon.com. And I keep forgetting this is 2 hours behind me, so they were really working, like all the media was working hard on this morning. Let me pull up what Chronicles sent me from the district attorney. I think I want to read that next. Is there anything in the chat we should go over?
Not really. Somebody said what's going on with all these huge ogres of men.
Right?
They are huge. What's
They're
going
very
on?
huge. They're very, very huge. Oh wait.
And then we've got Calhoun sounds like a pompous ass. However, he is still innocent until proven guilty. Absolutely.
Yep, he is. He is. We want to make sure that we put that out there. Let me switch it over to Chrome.
I
Whenever
know,
I
Army,
send something, Go ahead, baby.
I'm sorry, baby. I was just
No.
gonna say, I know Army vet. Did you see Murdaugh's pictures, selfies he was taking with his
Oh
little
my
tablet?
God.
Oh
Those are
my.
hilarious. That's what you shared.
He should be ashamed.
It should, but it didn't
He's
remind
big
me
too.
of someone who, like, had committed those crimes. It reminded me of, like, some nasty dude on, Tinder or something sharing that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, here is thank you again, Chronicles of the Shady. Here is the joint release from the Multnomah County District Attorney's Office. I'm so glad we have this. Okay, let me take it. Okay, you guys can see that perfectly fine with that message up there. Okay, July 7th, 2023. Investigators and prosecutors from multiple law enforcement agencies have been working collaboratively. Boy, they're just testing me today. Okay, on numerous death investigations in Northwest Oregon and have determined that there are links between 4 cases: Kristen Smith, Charity Perry, Bridget Webster, and Ashley Rail. These investigators and prosecutors from 9 different law enforcement agencies. Holy moly, take that in for a second.
Gee.
I'm going to open this drink real quick. 9 different agencies working together on this,
How did
y'all.
they figure it out though? How did they come to the conclusion that it was him? That's wild.
I want to know that too. Note this. Mine's 6'2", but he's no. I mean, so he's getting up there. Maybe I should be leery of him. Uh, I would really love to know what. Oh yeah, me too, Richard. What the link of these women are.
Ferry
What?
said it'd be
Mhm.
interesting to see if Calhoun's victims, allegedly, are petite women too. Weren't they all
They
petite? They
are.
were all
Yep.
kind of, yeah.
Yep. All petite women. Um, I can I can look their stats up again, but yeah, from what I remember, they were all small, petite. Well, one wasn't like super short, but most of them were very slim, petite women.
Yeah.
Hair. Oh, I can turn her down a little bit if her
Oh,
mic's not
I'm
working.
sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know
See,
why my
you,
mic's working hella well.
I don't. I can't ever. You sound fine to me up here, but I know like sometimes. Okay, talk again. See how that is.
Is this better, Nunya?
Mhm.
The link to the 4 women Richard said. Yeah.
Mhm. Currently taking tall men off my qualities I'm looking for in a man list. Right? Okay, let
Yeah.
me get back to this from the DA. 9 different law enforcement agencies have been in. Oh, there's feedback. It's gone. Okay. Have been in regular communication and have been working collaboratively on these investigations for several months. Several months. See, when we think they're not doing stuff, and that's what's going on right now in Carly's case. I don't know why her name escaped me for a moment. We think that things aren't happening just because they don't make it known to us. They are. These investigations for several months. These agencies include the Gresham Police Department, Portland Police Bureau, Multnomah County Sheriff's Office, Multnomah County District Attorney's Office, Clackamas County Sheriff's Office, Clackamas County District Attorney's Office, Polk County Sheriff's Office, Polk County District Attorney's Office, and the Oregon State Police. And apparently the marshals were the US Marshals were in there too. So 10 different agencies maybe. Um no charges have been filed against anyone in connection with any of these 4 death investigations. Investigators have interviewed multiple people in connection with these cases and have identified at least one person of interest. I will change my title to that because it's a person of interest. That we have it here from the DA. Person of interest that is linked to all 4 of the decedents. Is that how you, decedents? Based on the available information to investigators, there is not believed to be any active danger to the community at this time. Okay. No additional information, including the nature of the information that links these 4 cases together, is being released at this time. So we're not going to know what links them. They're going to keep that close to the vest, as these are ongoing death investigations. The cause and manner of death in each case remains undetermined, by the Oregon State Medical Exam. Why is okay? Do you really think it's undetermined, or do you think they're just keeping that from us? I wonder if it's really undetermined or not. Oh, sorry. Joneson, did you kick yourself off? Hey, Ellie. Are you back, Joneson? I don't know if she's here or not, y'all. I was gonna do a Google search. Sometimes other alias will come up, and then I do find another Facebook search with this. Maybe we'll find him that way. That's a good idea. It's a good idea. Yeah, so many agencies. On what case? Oh, on Carly's. Yes, I did. I did hear what Bullhorn's saying on that. Yep. So they're not going to release to us, Richard, what the link is at this time. I think you might be onto something with the DNA thing. It's very possible. Very possible. Nope. Here, I just read it out. I'll read it again. No additional. Oh, why'd you highlight the whole thing there? No additional information, including the nature of the information that links these 4 cases together, is being released at this time, as these are ongoing death investigations. The cause and manner of death in each case remains undetermined by the Oregon State Medical Examiner. Yep, I agree, Ferry. I think they're probably building their probable cause. For sure. Hang on one second. Oh.
Hello. Thank you.
Okay, just
Yes.
making sure.
Thank you. I was wondering how come you cut me off and stuff. I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. So I just kept remuting on this button on the computer. And I'm like, what just, I don't know why. I don't think I'm being heard, but maybe I am.
I know, that's why I'm like,
Oh,
wait, I asked Johnson who she was here and I didn't hear anything from you. So I'm like,
that's
are
when
you
I was talking to you. Yeah.
okay?
Sorry. I'm
Nope,
so
just
sorry. I
making
was
sure.
getting dinner going. I'm sorry.
Thanks. No, I was just saying, yeah. So, because I don't want to get you, you're trying to do a stream, and that's why I'm not sending this stuff to you because I don't want to distract you.
Mhm.
Um, I will say though that there is somebody that Heath, this alleged person of interest suspect. I forget which one you just said it was for sure.
A person of interest is what the
Okay.
DA labels him as. Person of interest.
Okay. So one of his accounts follows a couple accounts that are to one woman, and that woman, I just stopped dead on my tracks, and I'm like, wow, she looks. I don't know how I know her yet, but I recognize her.
Maybe you've seen her on
And
Belly Stream?
yeah, get this. Zelly follows her on social media.
Oh.
And so this guy also follows. And sure, okay, well, you know what? It's Portland. Okay, maybe they know the same
Right.
people.
Right.
So I don't know. It's just really strange. But when yeah. So I want to
Okay.
kind of ask him about her and show
Send
you guys the stuff when you're done. We can maybe go in voice chat or something.
Yeah, okay. It says investigators continue to seek the public's help in each of these investigations. Anyone with information about these cases is asked to contact the appropriate investigator or investigative agency. Media requests regarding the cases should be directed to them. So there's all the agencies if anyone has anything. And you can always just contact crimestoppersoforegon.com as well instead of them directly. Let me go back. Did I read? Okay, I read the WW one. Um, Shady sent me this one. This one
Wow.
I have not read.
Amber.
It just came out 20 minutes ago. What, Burden?
Look at Amber's comment.
Your fiance knows him, Amber. Oh my, really well. How does he? Well, you don't have to say that. Don't. Yeah, I wouldn't give too much out only share what you're comfortable sharing, because people online, they'll use things against you. I'm wondering whose voice that was on the list. Ooh, interesting. That's right. No hype. I forgot about that call. I wonder. I would love
I
to.
actually, yeah, I wonder that too. And there's a video I'll show it.
Mhm.
That you can hear his voice, and I'm very, same thing. I'm like want to deep dive into Valley's and see if he at any point passed him because I just
Thank you. Perfectly. Great reminder. The only thing here that is 100% confirmed is what I just read from the DA. Everything else, purely
yes,
speculation at this point. So thank you for that reminder for us. Yeah, I hope you've never crossed his path either, Amber. Hella J, what did Hella J say? There is a short on him with his channel. Where have you heard Calhoun's voice? Oh no, you're saying you think that that guy was the get out of the room. Okay, gotcha. Never mind. I gotcha. I
I
think
will
that's
say that guy definitely was like all up in his grill. He was like right in his face, and I'm not gonna lie, I laughed on the one because there's I
Mhm.
think 2 shorts with him, but I laughed about the one when Valley kept telling him to back up, man, back up, bro. He's like, back up, and the guy's like, I'm just trying to go around you, and I was like, you little psycho guy, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He
Oh
kind
my
of barked at him.
god.
I'm like, oh my gosh, wow.
And he mentions this. Yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Um, I personally think that Caldavelli was just some idiot. Yeah. Yeah. I think it was the guy in the road. I do. Um, which would be just some idiot. I totally agree.
Which would
Well,
be
he
kind of
did get out
shocking.
of prison just a couple of years ago, Amber. So yeah.
I'm
Dang.
surprised with how many people wanted to like have an issue with, now and again and be all tough. Like his number really was right there. And so really I'm surprised he didn't get more calls.
Tracy says, in Oregon, if you either hate former Governor Brown or you love her, not many people are in the middle. That's kind of what I've seen. Okay, so this one, oh wait, hang on, let me share something else and see if I can log in and view this one. Do I have to sign up? Like, oh, good. It was just like a free sign up. All right. Okay. Deaths of 4 Oregon women over 3 months are linked, authorities say. This just came out uh, a little bit ago, Oregon time, like maybe an hour ago now. Okay. The deaths of 4 women whose bodies were found over the course of 3 months in or near Portland, Oregon, are linked, and at least one person of interest has been identified, authorities said Monday. The Multnomah County District Attorney's Office in Portland says no charges have been filed against anyone, but that the community is not currently in any danger. Local media reported that a man is in custody. The women's bodies were found in Portland and rural areas starting in February, with the latest one found in May. One body was found about 45 miles southwest of Portland near a creek in Polk County. Authorities said the state medical examiner has not determined the cause or manner of death of any of the women. They were all from the Portland area. That's right, because the only manner of death we know of is Joanna Speaks, and she's hasn't been linked to these 4. Give me 1 second, girls. Sorry, my husband's leaving for work. I had to give him a kiss. Okay, where was I? The women's bodies were found in Portland and rural areas starting in February. I read that. Authorities said that the state medical examiner has not determined the cause or manner of death. Officials did not use the word serial killer in announcing the connection between the deaths. Investigators and prosecutors from multiple law enforcement agencies have been working collaboratively And they have determined that there are links between 4 cases. Kristen Smith, Charity Perry, Bridget Webster, and Ashley Riel, the prosecutor's office said. Investigators from 9 law enforcement agencies and prosecutors' offices in 3 Oregon counties, as well as the Oregon State Police, have been collaborating on the cases. The story has been updated to correct the location. Okay, so that's all pretty much what we've already read and know. But I appreciate reading it again. I think I've read, let me skim this article. This is the only article I haven't read over here. I don't think it has anything that we haven't already said. No active danger. They did not reveal what linked them. This one does show, and for those that are new to this case, this does show where the 4 girls were found. So you have Portland here. Kristen Smith was found in Southeast Portland and Gresham. Ashley Royale, she was found down here in Southeast Portland. Charity Perry, she was over here by, it's in Multnomah County, uh, Ainsworth, something like that park over here. And then Bridget Webster down here in Milwaukee, which I'll have to look up where. I wonder if that's where they arrested him from, because it said he jumped into the Milwaukee River on June 6th. Or no, what river did it say he jumped into? But yeah, I don't think anything else in here is something we haven't gone over. Okay, so I can show you guys his previous arrests. Let me start with the 2018 one. I'm telling you, I think it was you, Burden, that told me this, like when we were looking at this earlier. That picture right there, it's very, those eyes are just piercing. Oh no. Burden's PC froze, she said in the back. No, we didn't hear anything. Okay.
Dude, I just did it again.
Uh,
I've been talking to you and I'm like, I keep getting cut off. I was trying to answer you. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh.
No, we can hear you now.
I was just saying, yeah, the first picture that I'd seen of him, his eyes just looked a little more kind of dopey, like sleepy,
Mm-hmm.
and this one looks like really
Piercing.
awful intent. Yes, it pierces right through into it's
Mm-hmm.
um
The Willamette, that's right. Thank you, Deanna. It was yep. Okay, in Milwaukee. So that is interesting because that's where Bridget was found, down in Milwaukee.
mhm.
Huh. I'll have to pull that up on Google Earth. What profile, I wonder? He does. He looks like that guy that you just know to avoid, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
A great
It
book
does.
on addiction is called Chasing the Scream. Thank you, Richard.
well, that's like the difference that I noticed between the Long Island man that I would not have felt a red flag from if I were in
Mhm.
his proximity. This man,
Right.
absolutely, just off of the eyes, I would have been. There's, I get the flag. I don't know.
Great point there, Burden, because you're right. The guy in on the East Coast, what's his name? Rex. I can't think of his last name.
Howerman,
Howerman. Yeah, I probably wouldn't. I mean, he just looks like he kind of looks
Norma
like our,
Dude.
like our financial guy.
Just a
But this
family
guy,
man. Yep.
yeah, he said he just ran into him and shook his hand less than 6 months ago. Oof. When he got out of prison, he was really buff and very charismatic with women. I that's probably so. Thank you again, perfectly. Huerman, thank you. Yes, he just looks like an you. I don't know, maybe it's from the other picture too. To me, he just looks very intimidating, and knowing how big he is, that
Yeah.
also like, it just looks intimidating to me. Okay, here we go. So this was in 2018. A convicted felon was arrested during a Sunday morning traffic stop in Troutdale on gun and drug charges. The traffic stop led to the arrest of 33-year-old Jesse Calhoun. The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office tweeted. Authorities said they recovered a stolen car, found modified firearms, and more than 500 rounds of ammunition. 6 grams of meth was also found, officials said. Calhoun faces charges of being a felon in possession of a firearm, unlawful possession of firearms, short barrel shotgun or rifle, unlawful use of a car, and possession of meth. Coin 6 News is okay. Wait, sorry. Okay, let me go to the next one. This is from his arrest in November 2019. Why is this pop-up not going down? It doesn't even have.
Are these the one on that site, Deets?
On what site?
The one I sent?
I think so. I found these early. If it's not the one you sent me, then it's. Hang on, let me go to Discord and see which one you sent me.
I just
You sent it
haven't,
to me on
I found it, but I didn't have time to actually go through it. The one you said the link wasn't working for you?
Oh, no, those were his charges.
Oh, okay.
This is the article around those charges.
Okay, I got you.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Okay. Through the combined efforts of vigilante neighbors, looky there, and 3 Multnomah County deputies, a career criminal is heading to prison. On Monday, Multnomah County Judge Benjamin, I ain't doing that one, Soid, sentenced Calhoun to 50 months behind bars, 3 years of post-prison supervision and drug treatment. So that was his last. I think that was that's the charges that he got, that the governor granted him
Yeah.
clemency on, was this. Okay, so 50 months behind bars, 3 years of post-prison supervision and drug treatment. Calhoun is also required to pay restitution to victims. An investigation began last year after multiple theft reports in East Multnomah County. Deputies Nick Borer, Jackson Brooks, and Kent Crumpschmidt worked together and with the community's help in identifying Calhoun as the suspect. Deputies arrested Calhoun in November 2018 during a traffic stop in Troutdale. In the car, they found modified firearms, more than 500 rounds of ammunition, and 6 grams of meth. So this is the final charges from that previous. Since Calhoun's arrest, neighbors in Troutville, Fairview, Gresham, and surrounding areas report property crimes and burglaries have dropped significantly. That's pretty sad when you have an entire 1, 2, 3 neighborhoods and surrounding ones saying, "Oh yeah, our crimes have went down because this guy's in jail." Oh my goodness. Investigators also link Calhoun to a handful of other cases in Multnomah, Clackamas, and Clark counties. In a statement released via Facebook, the sheriff's office expressed gratitude to Multnomah County Deputy District Attorney Kevin Dimmer for prosecuting this case. According to the statement, Dimmer spent countless hours building and presenting the case and showed the impact of Calhoun's criminal actions on the community to the court. You know it's bad when you have the DA saying your, criminal empire you're building here is affecting an entire community, and they can prove it. The sheriff's office presented an agency award earlier this year to deputies Brower, Brooks, and Crumpschmidt in recognition of their efforts. Wonder if we can find what else what all he did. So he was a bad dude. Corn Pop was a bad dude, and they wanted him off the streets. And then the governor released him because he helped with some wildfires. That's what I take away from that.
Deets?
Yep.
Okay.
I hear ya.
I sent you a photo in Discord.
Okay.
That way you could kind of show a couple other looks that aren't just this, and it might give a little, because I saw somebody else agree with a statement I said earlier about the piercing blue eyes.
Okay, so I also found his I'm not going to share it on here, but I found his I looked him up on Intellius, and you're not supposed to share Intellius on social media anyway, but I looked him up on there and I found his Pinterest. And I'll share you that picture too because he has a profile picture on his Pinterest account too. And it is him, especially after you sent me these. I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's the same dude." Okay, let me send it to my phone or to my computer. No, in this one he doesn't perfectly, but he does. Let me pull it up for you. For those interested, the governor commuted 17 death row inmates to life in prison, no parole, and ordered the death chambers dismantled. So clearing wasn't the right word, but it was a gotcha. Thank you, Julie. Thank you for confirming that or adding that information too. All right, what is going on here? Oh, does he burden? Okay. Well, let's. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to pull these pictures up for you. It looks like a completely different individual, but we've seen that with. I mean, he's obviously been into drugs, and so it's gonna really affect your appearance and whatnot. Do you find anything else you want to share? Talk about burden.
Yeah, I do want to give clarification because I know, you just mentioned like he does look different. Well, yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, the picture you're seeing on the screen right now is more recent years versus what picture Dietz will be putting up. That is from just for reference, so everybody understands why he looks different. It's definitely the same person, but it was from 2012, so he was much younger.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to give a date so you guys, know what.
I'm trying to add it. Oh, there. Okay. I gotta add it to my downloads before I can add it back here on the overlay. And for some reason it doesn't like to do that it doesn't play nice. So this is the one that I had found previously. I don't know what date it's from, but based on the one I'm going to show you next, I think it's before the one Burden found. So he's much younger. I'd say this is prior to 2000 and what'd you say, 12? Was it the other one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Trying to see if I recognize that picture that you have from anywhere on here.
that's on his Pinterest. But there's nothing on his Pinterest at all. It's just his profile. And I wasn't even for sure it was him until she sent me the next one, which she confirmed is him. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's him. So here is, and that's those piercing blue eyes. And you can really see. He
If I
was
can,
6'4". Is that what it was?
yeah,
Yep.
I'm trying to get my screenshots to work. Well, I got a freezing computer issue because I just have it bogged down with way too much. But I'm
Um,
trying to get pictures over so you guys can see.
I have to go through like once a week and delete stuff or move it over to a separate storage drive. Yes.
Like it's letting me take the screenshot, but then oh man, oh I did it, but I
Jessie Lee Calhoun was with association with an Oklahoma woman in her 40s with ties in an address in the Portland area with an AKA Calhoun. If this is the unidentified native, Ellie knows her. Oh, can you email that to me, Gizzy Sue? I'm curious what you found. But crime is still the same. Nothing much is. Hopefully. Yeah, he does have. I could see where people say that he has piercing blue eyes. It might be different in different lights too. No, we're not gonna show any Sunday school pics or baby pics. These are all public pictures, and we absolutely want to remember at this point he is just a person of interest.
Also, I just want to say that 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 was just somebody's description with like the best way they could describe it, because they said something about his eyes. His eyes were like strong, or they like stood out, and they were having a hard time. And so I don't know that we want to be too specific, like that they've got to be piercing and they got to be blue, not that, like, I don't know, because I just feel like what the person was trying to say was just that the eyes definitely caught their attention. And in my opinion, I do feel like I'm an eye person.
Mhm.
For me, I very much am drawn to people's eyes, and his eyes do catch my attention.
That's it's a piercing.
Yeah.
Perfectly on him, it's a piercing.
He looks really
Easy.
clean,
Yeah,
and
he looks really good here, doesn't he?
yeah, he does.
Forgotten Whispers. This is the person of interest in the Portland deaths.
Oh, here, I'm gonna send you another picture. I don't know how well you'll see the eyes in this one. Like, I mean, you could see them, but you might have to zoom in, or I don't know if they get blurry. I have no idea. But this is another photo.
Yeah, they do look icy. I could see icy. And so maybe if he's lived a rough life since these pictures, then maybe his eyes do stick out to people. Because those don't change. Your eyes don't typically
Right.
change.
Like the picture I just sent you in Discord, I feel like maybe
See,
could be described as a pierce. I mean, I don't know.
if I saw this guy, the one I'm gonna try to upload now, because now I got to go through that whole thing again. If I saw that guy, I wouldn't be concerned. I don't know what it was
I
about
mean,
his mugshot
yeah.
picture.
I wouldn't be concerned if I seen Coburger either, but
True. Where's his car? I don't know. That's a good question. That is a good
That's
question.
interesting too, because he did have that. Sorry,
No, go ahead, babe.
he did have the being caught with the stolen vehicle.
Yeah.
But I do wonder, what did he have one, and what was it? Again, based off of just things that were reported to Valley, like as certain people driving certain vehicles or something. But I don't know if.
And this guy might not even have been on anyone's radar of people that, he talked to on the street. It might be some other connection like Richard mentioned earlier. It could absolutely just be a DNA connection and something. Well, you did say there was the friendship connections on Facebook, I guess, but I'm really curious, and I don't think we're going to find out too much of this information for a while. They're still going to be doing a lot of linking together. Okay, come on. Desktop, do your thing, do your thing. So it might be a hot minute before we find out more information.
So there is a picture of a van on this account, but and he wait a second, and he says, yeah, nah, I don't know. I'm just gonna go with it's probably the body work that he probably did to it. That it's probably not his vehicle, and also I believe it was asked very specifically about if there was anything on the side of the van that somebody was talking about, and I'm pretty sure they told Valley no, it was just a white van. So I don't think, and plus this is still many years ago, so I don't think this
You
has
think
any.
Koberger's creepy? I don't think Koberger. Yeah, I don't know if you're talking about. Oh, you're talking about the other one with the blue. I think even here he's kind of cute. Like I wouldn't have been scared by this guy at all.
Me either.
Unless he's speaking, you'll just see his pube. Okay. Don't do drugs, right? Look at the difference. Look at the difference. Probably before major, into pop, probably. He has nothing in his eyes. They just continue. Ooh, I like that description. They just continue when looking into them. And that's true, Ren. What does a bad guy look like? I just was
Right.
saying with the previous look with when he was arrested, he definitely looks like a guy that I wouldn't want to mince with. I wouldn't want to.
I agree.
I'm not gonna get sassy with this dude, you know. See if I can
Yeah.
pull it back up.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you think about it, like, and they all kind of, they're in their own ways. I don't know how to explain it. Like, look at Ted Bundy, look at
Mm-hmm.
Jeffrey Dahmer, look at Gacy. They all look like normal human beings. I don't,
This guy is arrested. He was arrested on a probation violation. The judge or the governor revoked his clemency, and he has been back in jail since June 6th. But so I don't think anyone's hiding him now. Absolutely not. But yeah, this guy right here, the picture of this guy, I wouldn't get sassy with him.
yeah, no. It totally looks like a whole different person.
Yes, Tracy Dale Deets Belly Ray is dropping some new info at 4 his time. So that would be 6 Central, 7 Eastern. But I don't think it's entirely related to this. I'm not for sure. I'd have to go back and look at it. I gotta dig and look, but he looks
I can wait to
familiar.
see them.
I know, I can't wait. He said it's a really great interview that he's getting ready to release. So you guys are gonna want to check that out. Oh no, you're fine, Deccan. You're fine. You're fine. I'm wondering how many people knew of him. I know, like over on Bellies, there's quite a few locals, and so I'm curious how many. Like Amber, kind of knows him, has a loose connection to him. From what I have heard from women in the area, they believe the person doing this was forcing women to work for him. Ooh. Yeah, you can tell they're older. He doesn't have a scar in those other pictures. You think you went to the same high school with him? Hmm. Yeah, he's 38, so that'd be around 20 years ago when he graduated.
Oh my God. That just made me feel old as shit.
Let me see if I can tell you where he was possibly living then 20 years ago. Maybe that'll help with the high school. Hang on, I'm loading it. I don't know if Burden sees it on her social media dive that she's into, if it says anything about high schools or anything.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you now.
Okay. No, I'm not that I've noticed enough to have taken like a mental note of it.
Okay.
At least not yet, but I will pay attention now and specifically be looking at that as well as other things.
It says that he lived at one location from 2010 to 2023. Now, this Intellius isn't always 100% correct. You've got to verify it through other means. But it looks like the city was Wood Village, Oregon. I don't know what high school that would be, if that's exactly. Belly Ray, he's releasing an interview. I don't think it's connected to this case, but he's been covering a lot of stuff on it. There's always been a big drug scene in Portland. I didn't know they did. They sure did.
I thought I saw.
You know where not to go. Gotcha. Even his name. I'm thinking we went to the same high school, from same area, same age. I graduated. Okay, so then, yeah, look at those yearbooks. You might see him in there. I'm old enough to have a stepdad and for the coop. Oh, Richard, I love you. Let me go through. I don't think I have anything else. I can tell you, I think we've kind of covered most of his arrests. I'm trying to look up and find some more information on possible connections, and I know Burden's doing that too, so that might be something we talk about at a later date. So his charges are unauthorized use of a vehicle, assault of a public safety officer, burglary 1, unauthorized use of vehicle. He's a lot of like stolen vehicles. Burglary 2, assault 3, criminal trespassing in the second degree, um, driving while intoxicated, assault. Then they did a county hold, possession of heroin, possession of methamphetamines. So those are mainly his priors. Nothing like, oh, here I've gotten a couple emails. Let me check those real quick. Nothing like, I mean, I don't see any domestic. Oh, oh, you're fine, Johnson. I don't see anything that shows like violence or any. Well, I guess assault and all that. I meant like domestic against women or anything. Prior. County jail on June 7th and went to prison in July. Yep. So this is. I'm just kind of skimming through these emails real quick, y'all. See if there's anything new in here that we haven't went over. This might be a new article. Nope, this is the one we just read. Thank you guys for sending these. They're the ones we went over. You got to be careful when you're looking these things up on these sites, though, because you just want to verify this information through, like, double check it against other things that you can find out there, because sometimes these background sites, they attach other people with the same name, their information, or family members and stuff. Yeah, looks like it. That one that you just sent me. Hmm. I'll do some more digging and see what we can find on this guy and keep an eye on it. Wood Village is in Gresham. Okay. That's where, so that's probably, yeah, this one's also confirming that as well. So that's probably where he went to high school, was in Wood Village. Looks like he was there for quite some time. Well, no, that's from 2013. Mm, okay, so before that was Troutdale. Is that close? So that might have been where he graduated from, was Troutdale. Yeah, you have to keep us updated if you figure it out for sure. Enjoy cooking, Joneson. Hey, unseen thinkers. Thanks, Richard. You have a great evening. Burden had to step away for a minute. She'll be back in, but I'll tell her you said that. So I don't see anything else to really go over right now, guys. It's just very interesting that we, a lot of us suspected that there was a connection, there was a link. We might not have known exactly what it was, couldn't put our finger on it, but we knew these girls going missing from the same area, uh, being in the same line of work is the nicest way I can put it. The timing of it all. their height, their size, all that. It just felt like there was too much, then where they were disposed of in the wooded areas, it was too many coincidences. But what do you guys think? Yep, Washington's just across the river. Was he the one that did the high school shooting? Ooh, I don't know. I can look and see if there was a high school shooting, if he's that guy. Where did you say it was? Reynolds High School? Let me see what I got. In 2014, no, not him. That's a guy named Jarrett Paget. Oh, it looks very similar, but no, not him. Unless there was multiple shootings, but just that the first one that popped up, it doesn't appear to be so. That looks like the only shooting I can see for Reynolds High School. Yeah, I don't see anything else for Reynolds High School. He had to register his address. This may be his parents' house in Trout. It could be. It could be. I don't know. We don't know if he was homeless at the time. A lot of them couldn't use their, a lot of people do use their family addresses, especially after they get out of jail. They have to use a address of some sort after they get out of jail if they're on probation and whatnot. So could have been using a family address, could have been on the streets. We really don't have a ton of background information on him at this time. Just kind of went over everything that the news has released at this point. And I think honestly that one article had the best information that let me grab that again. And that one that talks about his sorry, talked about his arrest. Let me see if I can find that for you guys one more time. Because it was the WW one. W Week is what it's called. Yeah, it really goes in depth. I'll drop this one in the chat for you. Hopefully that's not too long. That one is the most in-depth article that I've seen. We went over the DA statement. They're not naming him. So it's others that have named him. Ongoing investigation, multiples, 1,000 inmates that were released. Yeah, this is a really good article that really goes over everything. So it would be the one I would share out if I'm sharing any of them out. Let me check and see if there's any more updates on here before we hop off. Nope, they just got the one. So that's all we got so far. Unless any new articles have popped up that y'all have seen, I don't see anything else right now. Thank you, hon. I found the O2 Reynolds yearbook. Did you find? Thank you, Sheena. Thank you. He's way older than what? He's 38. Oh, you're saying the shooter is way older. Yep. Mhm. You're welcome, Sharon. You have a great day, hon. It's weird how the news said the car was parked across from the school and had a bunch of weapons in the vehicle in 2014. Yeah, it's not him. That's a different individual for sure. Okay, so he didn't go to Reynolds, huh? Early, right? Unseen thinkers. That's what we were talking about earlier. Is that early release seems to get a lot of them are let go on early release, and then something bad happens. Might have, might not have. Burden stepped away. I don't know if she's back. Burden, if you're back, do you have anything else you want to add to this?
Hello.
We'll hear you.
I don't know. Sorry. It's kind of like I like lost track of time, and I was supposed to contact somebody back before 5, and it was
Mhm.
5:01, and I still tried to call and talk to the after hours, and they were like, of course, couldn't answer my question. Oh, well, I have to get the message to them in the morning, and I'm just like, no, ma'am, I can get a hold of them myself in the morning. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So
Oh,
I was just talking with my boyfriend about all kinds of stuff. But
okay.
this
Did you see Hella Ray? Hella Lay said she found him in the 2001 yearbook for Reynolds High School. So he
hmm,
did go to Reynolds. Hmm.
is it the same one that Valley went to, or no?
He shared before. For some reason,
I
I was
can't
thinking the
remember.
one he went to had like a president's name or something. I can't.
Huh.
He did. Hmm, maybe. Wait. Valley went to Reynolds, or are you still talking about Jesse? I just want to clarify. No, early release is not always the best idea. She was like, "No, I'm gonna dig it out." She's got it. Oh, I bet it will ring more bells because the pictures we shown, I don't know, that one might have been a him in high school, but maybe it wasn't. It's hard to tell. He went to Marshall. I thought, okay, I knew it was familiar for some reason. Thank you, Stella B.
Okay, so it is 2 different.
Yeah, this guy went to Reynolds at least at one point. We don't know if that's where he graduated from, but he went there. Thank you, Notre Dame.
So,
Well, I think it's just really interesting that after all this time being told there's no connection, there absolutely is a connection to at least 4 of the girls. And do you want to check real quick before we hop off if Kristen's mom has updated anything or said
yeah,
anything in that
yeah.
Facebook post? We absolutely want to remember these victims, all of them. Bridget Leanne Ramsey Webster, Joanna Speaks, Kristen Smith, Charity Lynn Perry, Ashley Riel, and an unidentified Native American or Alaskan woman. And
Did
hope
you
and pray they get some justice from this.
did you show the information on the Alaskan woman, the unidentified woman?
Oh no, let me pull that up real quick. I think I still have it on my brand, if not all. Yep, here it is. So here is what the unidentified, let me remove the comment real quick. What they think she potentially looks like, but these tattoos are definite. So if anyone in the area knows anyone who had those tattoos, looks similar to this, you can contact Crime Stoppers of Oregon. That's going to be the easiest way to make contact for if you have any information on this unidentified woman. She is not connected to this, but she was part of the original 6 when they were talking about it. Yeah, Sheena, he wasn't the shooter. That was someone different. I don't know if you're behind her or not. They said they will have an update today. Where'd you see that, Deanna? I won't wait around for it. We learned our lesson last night, but I want to see it.
Update on which case?
I don't know.
Because I don't know. That's what I thought. I heard wind of like some update about or press conference on something, but I didn't even know what case it was about. So I'm kind of playing catch up.
I'm not seeing anything in the news.
So for her mom, I'm not seeing. Yeah, after she made that post, she put it. Oh, what am I doing? Hold on a second. Please hold. Give me one moment. Okay. Yeah, nope. So she put up 2 of the posts on her own account, and then I can't see comments on any of it. And then the one that she did under the group, it was just over an hour ago now, and she only said like responded to one person and said thank you, but she's not put anything new since then.
Okay, good deal.
Not on hers anyway.
Yeah, I don't see anything about an update coming. I'm looking at Multnomah DA to see if I can find something there.
I'm also checking on some.
Oh, here's an article we can play. I think they're talking about it. I don't know if it's. Let me see here if I can make it bigger. Why isn't it working? Does that show up on the other screen version?
Right now on the main screen everyone could see, we just see the picture of the unidentified woman and the tattoos.
Why is it? Oh, because I've got the. Thank you.
Overlay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, why is that not coming out? Thank you. There we go. All right. This is a new. I haven't heard this yet, so I'll play this real quick. Let's see.
It's released as.
Go back. Oh no, it's froze. Play. What is going on here? Let me try refreshing it. It just froze up on me.
That's a story of my life right now.
Where did it go?
I don't know, but I just lost where I was too. It's completely gone.
I promise there's a video here, y'all. If I can find it again. Where did it go? What in the world?
Oh.
I was trying to rewind it to the beginning. Here we go. Get it together. Get it together.
Ready to up your game? Pacific Office Automation Game On breaks down.
Let me mute that for a second. All right. Now we're cooking.
It reminded me of Joneson. Like now they're running back to the car.
Yeah.
Oh,
God. In this case is Jesse Lee Calhoun. That's as first reported by Willamette Week. Now, we will have more details about him in just a moment. Now, concerns that the deaths of these women were connected were first addressed by police in early June. Portland police released a statement saying the deaths of 6 women across Oregon and Washington were being investigated. But at that time, the Bureau dismissed online rumors of a serial killer in the area, saying there was no evidence that any of the cases were connected and only one death was suspected to be a homicide. Well, now Multnomah County's leading prosecutor says the 4 cases of these victims are linked. Now, here are the victims and a timeline of their deaths. Kristen Smith's death is being investigated by Portland police. Her body found in a wooded area near Southeast Deerdorf Road and Flavel Street. That's in Portland's Pleasant Valley neighborhood. The 22-year-old was reported missing out of Gresham in December. The body of Charity Lynn Perry was found on April 24th in a culvert near Ainsworth State Park in East Multnomah County. She was 24. The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office first reported that she had died under suspicious circumstances, offering a reward for information about her death. Now, the Polk County Sheriff's Office says the body of Bridget Webster was found on April 30th. The Milwaukee native's body was found on Harmony Road near Mill Creek in northwest Polk County. She was 31. And finally, on May 7th, the Clackamas County Sheriff's deputies found the body of Ashley Reel. They responded to a death investigation on Southeast Judd Road in the Eagle Creek area. They say a man fishing nearby found her remains in a heavily wooded area. Reel was 22 years old and from Portland. Back to that person of interest, multiple sources from different agencies have confirmed the person of interest in this case is Jesse Lee Calhoun. A former governor, Kate Brown, let him out of prison nearly a year early as part of her mass commutations in 2021 after he helped fight the 2020 Labor Day wildfires as part of an inmate crew.
I really hope that this doesn't affect clemency moving forward. I mean, do you think it'll have a big effect on clemency moving forward? Situations like this?
I don't honestly, I don't. I mean, it maybe should, but I mean, I was reading some comments on people about it, and they were saying because they were saying it was closer to like about 2 years, but either way, they were like, yeah, if he served that year or two, that definitely would have changed him. That he would have definitely not went out and possibly allegedly taken lives. And so, I mean, whatever, if this is him, it's not like he had an argument with a significant other and it was in the moment and everything got heated and it just happened. So it's kind of, but what it would have done is it possibly may not have been these specific victims, but it probably would have been others, so
Yeah.
I don't think it'll affect it though.
I don't know. I hope not. I did find on Reddit like his 10 previous mugshots, so I'll show those after this because it's kind of crazy.
Well, after he became a person of interest in the deaths of these 4 women, the Multnomah County District Attorney asked Governor Tina Kotek to rescind his clemency on July 3rd, which her office did that same day. He was sent back to prison, where the Department of Corrections says he will serve the remainder of his original sentence until June of next year. That was for the crimes of stealing a vehicle, assault on a Gresham police officer, and his police dog, also a burglary in 2018 and 2019. Now, 9 law enforcement agencies and prosecuting agencies are working together to solve these cases. The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office says no charges have been filed in this case yet, and they do not believe there is an ongoing threat to the community. They are asking anyone with information about these cases to call their local police agency. Of course, we are continuing to follow this case closely. We will bring you updates on KOIN 6 News at 4 o'clock today and on KOIN.com.
Okay, so they're going to do an update, but I don't know that it's going to
Ready
be
to up your game?
new information or if it's just going to be them going over it at their various news updates. I'll keep an eye on that. I'm not going to stick around for it, but
What I'm interested in knowing is I wish that either the police would state it or maybe be asked. They said that there isn't a threat to the community now, but and if you have any information on the cases, these ones, my question would be, do they think it could be possible he might have any other victims that maybe we don't know of yet? Should the public pass along anything on other missing people or other things?
That would be
This,
right. I think that would be great to know. I get what you're saying, and I do think that they should dive into that and discuss it because the last girl that they just found, a few days ago, it does not include her, but there is the potential for other people to be found. Yeah, I agree, Amber. I'm really worried about the other missing women in the area, especially if they have a connection to any of those 4 or to these, open air markets or to the trail or things like that. If there is a connection to that situation, it would be interesting to put it together. And Marcus, I have, but his victim or his family members are not on trial here. They're not persons of interest. They're not suspects. So I don't put that stuff out on my channel, but it does help when you're researching and looking into things. So these are grainy. That's how they were posted. I don't know. They might be grainy on arrest.org, but there's the first one. There's the second one. He definitely looks, I don't know if you guys can see it because it's so pixelated, but he does look a lot older there. From there, it looked like a baby in that one. This one.
That's the one. That's the one. That's one I was trying to get the picture to you with his eyes.
Okay. And you can, I mean, yeah, I get it. There's something about his eyes that they, yeah, I would remember those eyes for sure.
And I just don't know how I would personally, if I was trying, like,
Oh,
if
you
I
would
was being
describe it.
questioned by Valley, right? And I'm like, oh, well, there was a guy with like the eye, like with like eyes. He'd be like, I don't know what I would say as a description.
I don't either. I don't either. I hate that these are so blurry. I don't know if the person who posted them, like I said, I don't know if they're blurry. I don't think they're blurry on arrest.org because that's really blurry here. I can see if I can look at, but look at that. Like
Oh wow, that was
big
a rough.
change. Yeah.
Oh,
Big
that
change.
was.
Look at
Can I
that
go back?
one. That's a rough change too.
Can you go back one more? Yeah.
From here, this
Now
is
forward.
6, 7,
7. Yeah.
8. He looks he looks high in that one. There's the one we've
See,
seen.
7 and 8, he just looks high. 9, I'm assuming.
He's got blood on him there. I can pull
Yep.
up press.org and see if we can find it, see if they're blurry or not.
Yeah, that 9th one, that one looked angry. And I think perfectly said it. That you could go with he looks pissed off for sure. And that one, anger for sure.
If you go to Willamette Week, it has a recent. Okay, I'll look that up real quick. Yeah, we don't know any of that yet, Marcus. I don't know any of those details yet. Is he? I don't know if he's cross-eyed or if he was just banged up pretty good in that one. Let me see if I can find it to see if these photos are blurry or if it was just that person.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
What?
So the woman, I did find a further connection. The woman that stood out to me,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, man, there's something about her. Um, he was in a relationship with her. It as much as you could consider it but on social media, I was just sent because I had to pull away for a second. But yep, in a relationship with, and I'm not going to say her name, but I'll show you after. And this is the same woman that Veli is following her account also right now. Yeah.
Interesting.
So I'm wondering, is he following her because I don't know. I hope she's okay. I hope that he maybe has seen her on the trail since June.
I wonder.
I'm also wondering on some of the missing people that I have a couple flyers still that I have to put out, and I want to go
wonder
through
if there is a connection to Vicky. Okay, here we go. Okay, so they are blurry on arrest.com. I want to make sure all of these are him before I go sharing the screen. I don't want to share somebody else. Oh wow, he looks completely different in this one. Okay. I don't think this one's him. Maybe it is. Oh no, the page just stopped working.
Uh-oh, I think I'm passing along my freezing issues to you.
I think you are.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. There it is. It's back. Okay. So here's where it starts out. These are his different arrests. I'd have to click on them too. They've been viewed quite a bit though, to see the dates. They are blurry on there. But there's just like here you can see just a huge difference. Look at that. Huge difference in some of them. This one, I'm curious what that one was for because he's like bleeding in it. His bond was 97. This was in February of 2019. This is when he got in the assault with the police officer, the dog, all of those charges. Wow, got it. Oh, here this is says 20. First arrest is at 2 arrests at 19, one at 20, another at 20, one at 21, 2, 3 at 21, one at 29, one at 32, two at 33, 34, and then these are the last ones on June 6th and June 7th, but they don't have his mugshot for them. Well, I hope that they are able to figure it all out and connect them and get the girls justice. It's a
Me
double standard.
too.
Someone is using his Facebook account right now and logging on it and posting on it? What? Amber, that's crazy. It's got to be a significant other or a family member.
Hang on. I know that. Let me
Okay, I'll look up that associate who I don't want to say your name, but whoever sent me that, I'll look up that associate later. Thank you.
Right. I'm asking someone to send because they just sent me only the screenshot of the one account of a Facebook that says he's in a relationship with this one. And so, yes, I don't know if he can hear what I'm sure he's hearing what you and I talking right now, but
Who?
yeah. My friend that's
Oh, gotcha.
helping. Yeah.
You look. Gotcha.
Yeah. I was gonna. I keep like trying to answer him, and I'm like, I don't even know if he's listening, and the rest of you don't know what I'm talking. I was gonna be like, yes, that's the picture that stood out to me.
I wonder if. Oh, I was gonna check that real quick. Willamette Week. I've already got it pulled up. The only one I see from them is the one that I've already read off, unless they just did a new one. Nope, that was this morning at 10 o'clock this morning. Yeah, I read that one off earlier in the day, so I don't see anything else from them besides that one I just read. But thank you.
Wow, this is just so much. Am I muted again? No, I'm
No,
not.
you're good. You're good. Sorry. I was just
That's
skimming through this and making sure that I didn't see anything else, that I'm not missing anything before we end this. Because I don't go live and go over a case over and over again. So I want to get as much into this one as we can, and then we'll just collect information moving forward to see what we can find out about it. Alrighty, guys. You got anything else? Willamette. Is it just et or ete? Willamette. Thank you, love.
Amber. So he has two accounts. That's exactly what I was gonna say. I have not the one that you're seeing that's active right now. I'm actually on the other one that is the one that says the relationship that he's in. That's the girl that I was referring to. But yeah, I wondered. I was going to ask you, but I didn't.
Send me
I
the
don't,
accounts because I looked for him earlier and I had a friend look for him and we couldn't find him. Unless maybe it was one I looked at and thought it was him or didn't think it was him. Okay. I got an email about JLR. I'll have to do a separate thing on that. Maybe I'll do a video on it.
So, okay, real quick, it does seem like, from what I was just said, that the girl, that the woman that's there, she is a good okay right now. So if anything, Valley may
Good.
have spoken with her, but last sign of life, at least according to social media, there is one that's at least July 13th. So that's something I just want to make sure I say that before we go, that we don't have
Okay.
to worry about her. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Good deal.
Wow. Well, I'm glad. This is definitely, it's big. It's really big. I'm glad that I don't know. I don't know how, if it was kind of the families that were kind of on them, or Valley being public with everything that kind of kept them going, or if they just were already
On the
onto it. And
onto
yeah.
it. I kind
Mhm.
of agree with Richard. I'm curious if there's some DNA connection that is the thing that's sticking out in my mind, because they have 4 of them linked and not Joanna, so maybe they didn't find any there or something. Um, I'm curious to see
Yeah.
what happens next.
Yeah.
What happens?
And I'm glad also that they made it quick when they said, when they asked them to basically take back, they rescinded it quick that same day, and they went after him. And so it was very fast once.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really happy about that. So yeah, it's good. He's away, so at least there won't be further. And I just hope that they get some sliver of justice, or at least some additional answers, possibly, for what's happened to them. And because you see, if you watch Valley, you see some of the moms, including Kristen's mom out there, and how much of a toll it takes on this whole thing, because they just felt it, that there was somebody in
Yeah,
it, that it was all
connection.
connected. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then
I hope it gives them. I don't know what justice looks like for them and what it would feel
right.
like, but I hope it leads them something. Yep, she's in a different state, so that's true. She is. Joanna's up in Washington, so maybe that's another reason. Good point. Great point. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Okie. We love you, Okie. Have a
And I
great.
hope that this doesn't, prevent people from still continuing to look for Vicky or any of the
No.
other missing in
Yes.
the area,
Great
because
point. I will share out her flyer again and the other ones that you have, because they still need to
right.
be found.
Okay, we'll do that too.
Mhm. All right,
Yeah.
that's all I've got, guys. We've been here almost 2.5 hours, so they have a person of interest, and it looks like, I mean, enough to connect 4 of them. Then I'm gonna say they've got something. They've got something, in my opinion.
Mhm.
So we'll just
Yeah.
keep our ears to the ground and see what we can find. And don't forget, let me go back up here.
And
Uh,
if you are in the area, because some of you are local, and you think that there might be some information, even if it to you doesn't seem like it makes any sense, like, nah, it's small, and report it, just because you never know what little piece could be the connector of two things that
mhm.
law enforcement would like to have. To us, it seems like no big deal. It doesn't seem like anything, but
And
it
it
could
could
be.
be something
So,
huge.
yeah.
Yep, I'm gonna take this comment down a second, but we also want to remember, even though the unidentified woman is not connected to this, we want to try to find her, and we want to continue to send out prayers, positive vibes, whatever it is that you send out into the world for the other 5, even though Joanna is not connected at this time either, but we still want to keep remembering her and send that out. So thank you guys for all of this, and we'll keep our hair out and we'll see what we can come up with. We'll see you on
Thank
the
you.
next one. Love, y'all.